My name's David Shanks. I'm Executive Creative Director of an ad agency in London called Oliver. I'm a writer and I'm a kind of person that helps brands express themselves and kind of try and find out their point of difference, the reason why they should be chosen instead of other brands. I'll tell you what a brand isn't. A brand isn't a corporate identity manual. A brand isn't a bunch of logos or graphics or colours or rules or stuff that you put on paper and then just kind of throw it down. What a brand is a conversation. It's a conversation between one bunch of people that they have something to give or to sell to another bunch of people. And what a brand really is something which exists in people's hearts as a kind of territory. And if you think of the great brands in the world, they're not based on just being rational, they're based on being emotional. But I'm also a parent. Both our children have largely went through their schooling at Stamford School. Most of what I want to talk to you today about is kind of from my heart as much as the professional side. Stamford School came to me and said they really wanted to find a new way to express themselves. They had a lot of thoughts about what they were, but they needed it to be kind of packaged and put in a way that would help them develop as a brand. And they came to me with a creative brief and a kind of a starting point of how they were trying to get down on paper what they thought they were about. And I have to say, my job as a person that's, daily at the end of creative briefs. And it was quite a good brief for actually a very simple reason. They talked a little bit about the school and they talked about the background and they talked about a few other things, but there was one word in the brief that made my lights come on, and it was about the term fire starters. Now, fire starters is a bit of a contentious word really, it kind of, you might love it or you might hate it. It is a word in our world that has two things. It has single-mindedness and it has attitude. What I sensed the Endowed schools were trying to say was that our job is to create a spark in young people and to nurture that spark and to turn it into a flame and to allow that flame to burn right through their lives in a way that they will remember as when they were at school they were allowed to discover and learn to be their own person. And that to me is an extremely powerful thing. I also think it's an extremely powerful responsibility because when you think about it, 5 years in a young person's life at school is the most powerful, enduring, life-forming part of their lives. And it's a little bit about the journey from where they came from to what they became. I think that's what the brief was trying to say, was that, yes, you guys are here to teach people stuff, but you're also here to fuel their ambitions and their inspirations and their hopes, their fears, their dreams, their disasters, the things they might be good at, the things they might not be good at. And if you can do that and you can say that you are a place where fires were started or sparks were lit or flames were fueled or ambitions were created, journeys begun, you're dealing with something that's, in my view, is as important as what they learn. And I can see that as a parent where I'm immensely proud of our two because they've both got a fantastic sense of independence. Good propositions are unerringly simple. They need to be understandable, they need to be easy to relate to, they need to be easy to be spoken about by other people. So the Stamford proposition is about not independent schools, but independent minds. That we are not in the business of creating lots of children who are the same. We're in the business of creating lots of children who are different. That we want to find the independence in every single child and we want to create the confidence in them to pursue whatever it is they want to pursue. And the power of the Stamford Endowed schools is kind of the power of collective individuality, is that we will all move in this one direction together as a group of schools in a way that tries to release or ignite or innovate independent minds. It's not just about independent minds in terms of pupils. You need independently thinking teachers. And you need supporters of the school, and you need to have people around the kind of ethos of the school that recognises that we're all different, we're all going in our own direction, and we support that ideal. And we want those kind of people. A school like Stamford Endowed Schools, where we talk about the notion of independent minds, is absolutely in tune with a modern generation who realise that You have to live the life you want to live. You don't have to be heard in a way that other education establishments might have pushed you or where society pushes you.